The official report on the road disappearance now spans 3 thick binders, each one filled with photographs, data sheets, forensic charts, and still not a single confirmed explanation. The story remains what it always was, fragments of evidence scattered across sand, pieced together by memory, speculation, and hope. After 13 years, the desert gave back only what it chose to: a shoe, a journal, a flickering phone, and questions that refused to rest. Every discovery answered one mystery and unearthed 2 more. Detective Claire Vega's name appears for the last time on page 742. Final summary. Insufficient evidence to determine cause or perpetrator. Case status: open but outside official paperwork. The story never really ended. Weeks after the final report was filed, Vega resigned quietly from the department. No press conference, no retirement notice. She cleared her desk, turned in her badge, and drove east, back toward Joshua Tree. Locals would later recall seeing her car parked near Hidden Valley one last time. She stayed for hours, sitting in the shade of her vehicle, staring at the horizon. Some said she looked peaceful. Others said she looked lost. No one saw her take the folder from her passenger seat, the one marked unverified evidence. Ridge disturbance, 2011. Inside it were photos of the disturbed campsite, the buried canister, and the soil analysis that was never added to the official record. She didn't destroy it. She didn't file it. She left it there, beneath a stone marker near the same juniper tree where Aaron's note was found. That act wasn't about guilt or absolution. It was about understanding the rhythm of silence, that some answers aren't meant to be contained in reports or archives. The desert doesn't rush to explain itself. It waits. Months later, park maintenance crews found the marker. Beneath it, the folder was still dry, the seal intact. Inside, Vega had written one final line on the last page. Every truth buried in this place begins with someone who thought no one would ever find them. Forensic specialists reviewed the data one more time. The timestamp on the soil sample, the disturbance dated July 18, 2011, was precise. The lab confirmed the chemical trace of a vehicle battery near the site, matching an off-road maintenance model used by park contractors that same summer. But there were no matching work orders, no scheduled ranger patrols, and no record of anyone assigned to that ridge. Someone had returned deliberately, with clearance, equipment, and purpose. Theories multiplied. Some said Aaron had survived and come back to hide what remained of his wife, overcome by grief or guilt. Others believed the site was tampered with to shield a larger truth. A visitor, a stranger, or someone inside the system. But the investigation ended where it began, at the intersection of evidence and silence. In the closing footage, the camera pans across the desert at dusk. No dialogue, no movement, only light shifting across stone. The sand hums with heat, and in the distance, wind carries a faint metallic rattle, a tent pole loose, still standing after all these years. Every landscape has its memory. Some hold it in rivers, some in ruins. Joshua Tree keeps it in echoes, sounds that return long after the people who made them have gone. A brief pause. Static fades in. The faint recording of the old voicemail recovered from Aaron's phone. A woman's voice, quiet, trembling. If anyone finds this, tell them we tried to wait. We really did. The tape cuts abruptly. No one ever confirmed who left that message or when. The timestamp matched midnight, July 18, 2010. The same night the rose vanished. And just like that, the sound became another artifact of absence. A single voice caught between then and now. The roads stretched like faint veins through stone and sand. 13 years, 2 lives, one empty campsite that still stands, as if waiting for its owners to return. For investigators, it became a lesson in patience. For Vega, it was the price of truth. And for the dessert, it was nothing more than another echo fading into heat and distance. The final shot lingers, sunlight flickering off a single metal pendant half buried in sand. The same one once resting on the pile of stones. The official record ends here, but every file leaves gaps, places where evidence stops and speculation begins. If you've noticed something others missed, a detail, a timestamp, a shadow in the footage, leave your theory in the case log below. Some viewers have already found connections between this case and others still marked unresolved. We archive every observation. Because sometimes the answers don't come from the reports, they come from those still watching. Case file number 071, Joshua Tree disappearance, status unresolved. But some stories don't end in answers. They end in silence and the wind that keeps their names alive. Subscribe for the next file. Some cases are connected if you know where to look.